good, y'all? Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back to Adrien Too Real for TV, where I talk about a little bit of everything, really. So don't try to follow me. Don't try to figure me out. Understand? Okay, what is this channel fully based on? It's based on life, okay? It's based on whatever the hell I want to talk about. But thank y'all for tuning in. If you're not a subscriber, and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Like the video and share my video if you'd be so kind. But in this video, I want to talk about Mr. Adrien Broner linking up with Don King of all peoples with his flags. He just man, I feel for Adrien Broner. To an extent, I should say that, because, you know, I don't have a short memory. I remember when, you know, he was always speaking out and biting the hand that feeds him. You know, as much as Mayweather took him in like a little bro, blessed him. I mean, at one point in time, everybody thought he passed Mayweather. Everybody thought Mayweather passed the torch to Adrien Broner because, you know, he was mimicking Mayweather's style, his swag, and all of that, to where we thought he was going to be the next Mayweather at one point, until Marcos Maidana put him in his place, you know, because Broner was too cocky, you know, too arrogant. You know, he didn't want to shake certain guys' hands. You know, just being real disrespectful. And it caught up to him. But I understand, you know, as a young man, you got to go on a journey. You know, it takes a young man time to mature. And a man's going to have to make a couple of mistakes before he gains a little wisdom and realizes that it's just some things are not necessary. And now, looking at Adrien Broner and the situation he's in, it just seems like everybody's just playing games with his life now. PBC, it seemed like PBC was not going to allow him to thrive, especially after revealing some secrets about Al Heyman and the PBC camp. And then he was supposedly he was signed to Black Prime, BLK Prime, excuse me, and he had a fight lined up. But that didn't happen, and then another opponent came up, and something happened with that, mysteriously. And there was talks that, PBC was sabotaging Broner, and they were making sure that he doesn't get another fight or whatever. And then next thing you know, we hear that he's with Don King, out of all people. Like, I didn't know this man was still alive. And then at the press conference, you would have thought it was like a political debate or something, or like, you know, dealing with politics, because it wasn't really much talk about boxing. A former president was brought up by Don King, and, you know, just looking at Broner, you know, he just looked like he was just over it, man. Like, it was like he just was realizing, like, man, these people are just using me, just sucking the life out of me. You've been doing all this training, preparing to get back in the ring, and somehow, some way, something always comes up, and he doesn't end up in the ring. Now I'm wondering if he's really ever going to be in the ring. Are they just playing games with his life? Are they just... I don't know, man. It's like they're just stringing him along until they don't need him anymore. But now my question is this. Is Adrien Broner being lined up? Are they setting up Adrien Broner for his own demise? Because it seems like Adrien Broner is mentally and emotionally fragile. When things don't go his way, he takes to social media. He wants to vent, call people out by their name, try to expose people. The very people that was probably helping him at the current time. He ends up stabbing them in the back because he didn't get his way. And the next thing you know, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. And now he's trying to get loans or a bailout for some money. And we start to see how he's in a depressed state. And how he has to sign to a new promotional company, it seems like every few months. So, I mean, I kind of feel sorry for Adrien Broner, but he kind of dug this. You know, he dug him, he shot his own self in the foot. You know, because when you in that kind of business, you got to be careful with the bridges you burn. Because you don't know if things come back full circle and you have to rely on these people or the power or a certain business or promotional company or executive to help you. Because Adrien Broner is not set financially, clearly. He hasn't been taking care of his finances. He doesn't save. He does more spending than anything. He has a lot of expensive habits. And, you know, he always seems to want to appease the hood. He always wants to impress the hood. Y'all know I beat that boy. Shout out to the hood for coming out. Like, damn, bro. But I'm concerned about his life, you know, because if something was to happen to him, if Broner somehow, some way passes away, and I don't want this to happen to him at all, but, you know, people can say, oh, man, he was depressed, he overdosed on something, or he committed suicide. You know, we already know he was having suicidal thoughts. He even admitted it. You know, and it's still a possibility that he could possibly do that, take his own life still, or, you know, abuse his body with drugs and all that, because he's just tired, depressed, and just fed up with the way things have been going in his life. And I just really, truly hope that he has someone that's close to him, that's strong, that can keep him balanced. Because I don't want him to hit that rock bottom again. I don't want him to start questioning whether his life is worth living. But seeing him with Don King, that's almost like a sign right there. Like, damn, bro, it's only a matter of time. It just makes me feel like, damn, it's a matter of time now. Because he with Don King? Did you not learn from Mike Tyson? And what Mike Tyson went through with Don King? Trusting this man. This dude is one of the biggest scam artists in boxing. Don King. This man will use his mouthpiece. This slick talking coon boon Negro does not give a damn about any young black men except for getting money out of them and drawing attention to his brand, Don King Promotions. I mean, just imagine seeing Adrien Broner in the ring and we see Don King Promotions in the ring. I was like, what are we, back in the 70s, the 80s, the early 90s? Why is Don King even still relevant right now? But thanks to Adrien Broner, Don King is still around. Or Don King is still relevant. So if you're a person that prays a lot, pray for Adrien Broner. Pray for him, seriously, because I'm concerned about Adrien Broner, man, and his situation and what's going to happen in the near future with him. Because I feel like something's going to happen before this. If he's really supposed to, if nothing really is going to interfere with this fight now and it's signed, sealed, and delivered, then ain't going to be nobody pulling out a fight, nobody getting injured, no weird stuff going on. I feel like something is going to happen before this fight is made, or at least before the day of the fight, or the night of the fight. You know, I don't think he can rely on Mayweather no more, because he's burnt bridges with Mayweather too many times. And I don't know anyone else. I mean, Al Heyman's not going to help him. He ain't going to bail him out no more. Matchroom is not signing him. I mean, we don't know what happened with BOK Prime. I mean, we don't even know much about BOK Prime besides the fact that Bud Crawford had signed to them or at least, signed to fight Adrien or whatever. And he got that bag and moved on. But Broner, on the other hand, you know, it was like they just used him as a puppet to help try to draw more boxers. Because they was like, oh, okay, we got Bud, now we got Broner. Yeah, y'all come on, we legit. I don't know if BOK Prime is legit or not, but I do know that Adrien Broner is not in good shape right now. Adrien Broner does not seem to have any stability with his career right now. And I'm concerned about his mental health. And I hope that he's strong enough to handle whatever comes his way. You know, if the fight doesn't go through, I just hope that he's going to be okay. I hope he's been making some business decisions to better, you know, his situation outside of boxing. Because boxing don't look too promising for Adrien Broner. And let's be real here. When Broner was fighting, he wasn't as active enough. He wasn't throwing. He's not a person that throws a whole lot of punches now. He fights too cautious and too defensive. So let's pray for Adrien Broner and hope that Adrien Broner is going to be okay mentally and emotionally, regardless of what happens. Y'all be easy.